Hola, peoples. All right, so we're going to be doing a collective reading in honor of my friend Elisa of Elisa Soul Kisses, which she is having her. I always say crystal sale, but she sells so much more than crystals. She sells like everything, like all kinds of trinkets and everything. So you'll find the link to the group in the description of the video as well. I posted it everywhere. So we're just going to have fun today. And happy solstice to everyone who celebrates. A blessed solstice to each and every one of us. We're going to work with Ask and It Is Given right here, just because I feel like that's going to be appropriate for whatever we need to address, whatever comes up. But I did choose from my Therapets deck, super cute, this as a focal piece, okay? So I hope everyone's doing well. So as a focal piece, we have whatever happens today, you will make it through. And so I think that's a really good thing to just like meditate with and contemplate for each and every one of us. Like whatever happens today, whatever day it is, whatever day you're tuning in, whatever day you're watching or rewatching, whatever happens in this moment, whatever happens today, you will make it through. So I like that. I like that because it just reminds us, it reminds each and every one of us, like, you know what? It doesn't matter. Like whatever we're going through, our struggles, everything, like it is temporary because we will come through it. We will see it through. We will be somewhere else, at the end of it. And time passes and we make decisions and we go through certain experiences and we realize cat hair we realize like I'm not there anymore. I'm not living in that space. I get to choose differently. So that's just that's going to be a focal piece. And I like that as a focal piece. So I hope everyone's doing well. And what day is it? It's Sunday. So the day of the sun. Good vibes, good energy. I'm still a little sleepy, but that's okay. So let's shuffle these cards. Let's see what we need to be aware of. And please be aware that you're more than welcome to share your thoughts, share your feelings, whatever comes up when a card like activates a response within you. You are more than welcome to share, even if it's like something that doesn't necessarily click. Like even if it's something that you might feel goes against or it deviates from what the cards are expressing. Whatever you feel, tap into that. This is your experience. This is our time to co-create together. So always just tap into that and feel free to share yourself, or just feel free to write it down, take notes. You don't have to comment publicly. Everyone's different. So let's see. And feel free to comment 1, 2, or 3, the first number that pops into your head, 1, 2, or 3. All 3 cards will factor in. So all 3 cards will factor into the reading. But the card that you focus on, the card that you like, boom, I see the number, whatever. I feel the number, whatever. I hear the number, whatever card number that you are like really focused in on, that's going to be your dominant influence. That is going to be your dominant card, and the other 2 cards will be your supporting cards. So focus on that, okay? And realize like, oh, this is a dominant factor in my collective experience, and the other 2 are supporting. Well, hello, Angela. Good to see you. I know it's been 1,000 years. Well, hello, Kathleen and Ron. 2 and 1. So yeah, 1, 2, or 3. That first number that pops into your head. Okay, let's see what pops up. And these are fun. I like working with oracle cards for this because it gives us something to focus on, to meditate on, to contemplate, and to share. And it gives us more to work with in that sense. So, Mitchie I like your name. I like that. It's cute. Okay. So we know the core, like the theme of it is like whatever happens today, you will make it through. Perseverance. So card 1, dominant for those who chose card 1. Hello, Louise. Card 1, dominant for those who chose card 1, and supporting for those who did not. Oh my gosh, I thought I saw a spider. Oh, I almost died, you guys. It wasn't a spider. It wasn't a spider. So card 1, sorry. Hello, Lily. My life is supposed to be fun. Card 1. What does that say to you? How does that make you feel? My life is supposed to be fun. My life is supposed to be fun. So be easy about all of this. Life is supposed to be fun, It is Abraham's powerful desire that you return to your state of self-appreciation. We want you to feel love for your life, for the people of your world, and most of all, for yourself. There is great love here for you. There is great love here for you. Whatever happens today, you will make it through. So my life is supposed to be fun. What does that say to you? How does that make you feel? And I feel also, especially for those who have chosen card 1 as a focal piece, it is extremely important for us to remind ourselves, like, you know what? Life is to be lived and to experience, and we can't be separate from it. We have to integrate with our own everyday life, and it is supposed to be fun. We can't be serious all of the time. And so in order for us to really appreciate ourselves and appreciate the life we are carving for ourselves or carving out for ourselves, it is important that we take time to understand what it means to be fun and to have fun in our daily, right? So my life is supposed to be fun. What does that say to you? How does that make you feel? And what can you do now? Like what in my life am I going through? Like, this is something we should ask ourselves. Like, what in my life am I going through that is like going through the motions that is maybe a little dull, or maybe just I'm frustrated right now and I don't know, I don't see a way out. And so the way to maybe navigate some of that and work with some of that is to learn to take a step back a little. And well, hello, Natalie, good to see you. To take a step back a little and ask myself, like, what can I do to implement a little fun into my life? And maybe how can I make this boring thing that I have to do because responsibility, right? What can I do to make this boring thing a little more adventurous, a little more fun? What can I do to lighten the mood, right? And so my life is supposed to be fun, and it is about living. It is about participating in your life experience. It's not going through the motions. It's actually like embodying yourself as you experience the things in your world. So be more aware. It's a lot like when I was in psychic training, there was this technique, this exercise that we had to do to sort of like be mindful of the present moment and really pay attention to the nuances of our experiences. And it was when we were eating, because a lot of times when we eat, right, we don't necessarily sit down at a table, we don't necessarily disconnect from TV or electronics. And so this exercise was, make a meal that you like and sit down at the table and embrace it, enjoy it. Don't like unplug your phone, don't turn on the TV, no music. Like, just pay attention to your thought processes, pay attention to, like, as you take a bite and the consistency, the the texture, the taste, right? Pay attention to all of it. And that's what this reminds me of, this card. Like, my life is supposed to be fun. That's what this card reminds me of. It's like, pay attention to your life, engage Give yourself the richness of each moment that you experience. Does that make sense? And so it's about being, being rooted in the moment that you are experiencing something and paying really close attention to, what, what is coming, through you, to you, all of it. My internet is doing something really weird, so I apologize if it's choppy. Whoa. So that's card one. Okay. Card two. Card two. Huh. Why is it taking me so long? Why is it taking me so long? Card two. What does that say to you? How does that make you feel? Why is it taking me so long? So, the only reason you have not already received what you desire is because you are holding yourself. You are holding yourself in a vibrational pattern that does not match the vibration of your desire. So, what does that say to you? Whatever happens today, whatever happens today, you will make it through. And so, why is it taking so long, right? And the only reason you have not already received what you desire is because you are holding yourself in a vibrational pattern that does not match the vibration of your desire. And so, my life is supposed to be fun. Why am I not experiencing this fun? Well, I am focusing on everything not being fun. I am focusing, well, hello, Mona Lee, welcome. I am focusing on all of the things that are adding on my plate, right? I'm just piling all this stuff up. And it is so challenging for me to focus in on the things that are fun and adventurous. I'm giving my attention, my awareness to all of the stuff that is in the way, and not reminding myself that when I get through this stuff, there's also some greatness, right? So until we come to terms with what's holding us back, we can't tap into the goodness. Well, yeah, and it's like it's also like this expression where I recognize that I am the one standing in my own way, because I can have fun at any given moment. Like I can make the most of whatever situation, because that's my power, that's my right, that's my responsibility to myself. Like I can't expect other people to do for me, so I can make the most of a really challenging situation by doing the best that I can with what I have. And so why is it taking me so long? And the reason why this is taking so long, on many levels, is because a lot of times, y'all, it is so easy for us to focus on what we don't have. It is so easy for us to focus on can't. It is so easy for us to focus on all the negative stuff, right? It is so easy. And we lie to ourselves by expressing, like, let's say I want a blue car. I don't know. I'm not good at these. I want a blue car. And so what I do, I don't want a green car. I don't want a brown car. I don't want that car. And I lie to myself, right? By saying all of these things, I don't want this, I don't want that, I don't want that. I'm actually saying what I do want, but that's not the case. We are not defining what we want by giving our attention to the things we don't want. We have to retrain ourselves to focus in on exactly what we want. Like I want and I love the color blue, and I want a blue car, and this shade blue is really cool. This shade blue is really cool. I really love the way I feel in a blue car. It makes me it's my favorite color, so it makes me feel really good and really blah, blah, blah. So we need to train ourselves, instead of focusing and giving our attention to what we don't like, what we don't want, what we don't appreciate, and all of that sort of the lack, right? Instead of focusing in on that, well, let's define what we do want. So what do you want? How does it make you feel? What kinds of experiences do you want, right? What kinds of thoughts are aligned with having that experience? And start implementing those affirmations, start implementing those things to make, to put yourself in a position where you feel that, and it starts to attract that instead of what you don't. We then again, why is it taking me so long? Because we're focused on the opposite of what we actually really want. That's why. And so now that you know, now it's time to train yourself to rewire those thought processes. So anytime something comes up and you're like, I don't want that, and you think that you're saying, I want this, I don't want that, but I want this. I do want this. I do love this. I don't like that, but I do. Let's turn it around. But I do like this, and I love that, and I love this. And does that make sense? And so this will help us. This will help us to focus in on what we really enjoy. This will help us like take some of that time to create out of it. It'll be a little faster, right? Oh my gosh, that's lovely. I love it. I love blue. I do. Blue's like my fave. All kinds of blues. But yeah, so my life is supposed to be fun. Well, let me focus on the fun aspects of my life. Let me focus on the things that I can implement now and do. Why is it taking so long? Because we're not giving ourselves enough time to focus in on the things we love and appreciate. So let's turn that around. And don't be scared, like when you recognize, because you will recognize when you say, like, oh, I don't want this. And you're like, oh no, I'm creating here. But what do I want? Ask yourself that. Like get in the habit of expressing, like, what do I want? Because the things that come up, like, oh, I don't like that. They come up for a reason, because we are being given opportunities to create in our life to focus in on what we love and what we do for us. So we don't have to stay where we don't want to be or where we don't want. We have to shift it around and give our focus on the things that we enjoy. So whatever happens today, you will make it through, right? So card 3. It is not about controlling my thoughts. It is not about controlling my thoughts. Why is it that everybody tries to call me? No one wants to talk to me unless I'm doing something. When I go live, that's when they call. My grandma, my mom. Sorry, we're busy. We're doing the oracles. So card 3, it is not about controlling my thoughts. It is about guiding them. We just kind of talked about that a little, right? Right? So it is not about controlling my thoughts. It is about guiding them. So we are not encouraging you to make an effort to control your thoughts, but instead to more or less guide your thoughts. Reaching for the way you would like to feel is an easier way to hold your thoughts in vibrational alignment with that which you believe is good. What does that say to you? I actually really like this. And it can be challenging at times, but once you start to train yourself, it makes you sick a little. It's like, really, I laugh at myself because I'm like, I think something, I'm like, well, actually, I should start thinking this way because this is how it would be manifested in my life. This is how I actually want to feel. I'm like, can't I just think? Can't I just say one thing? And the the response is absolutely yes. You can say whatever you want. But when you understand that what we say, what we express is linked to also like the feelings that we conjure up, our emotions, our feelings, all of that is interacting to create. And so when we say something and we recognize like, oh, that's really not the space I want to create in. Okay. And then we turn it around. We're like, okay, well, what do I want to create in? What thought do I want? I don't have to think like, I don't have to, y'all. You don't have to think the best all the time. We're on this physical plane, physical earth, right? We are experiencing friction and all of these other things. So it is important for us to allow ourselves those friction oriented moments when we want to throw those hoops down. We want to get a little petty. We want to get a little angry. We want to get a little even. We want to get a little, adventurous, whatever it is. We can allow ourselves to do that. It's life. We learn, we experience, we grow. But when we are ready to choose differently, and when we recognize that maybe this wasn't the best response, maybe this wasn't the best choice, we can put a hoop back on. Like, okay, here, let me, dust myself off, and let's go over here. It's all good. Does that make sense? So it is not about controlling your thoughts. It is about guiding them. And so when you recognize, when you say something or you think something that is really like harsh, and you're like, oh, I don't want to think that. I don't want to believe that. I don't want to be in that energy. Okay. So what do I want? What do I want to think? What do I want to believe? What kind of energy do I want to be in? Let me think about that. This little pest that came in. I'm trying to watch my words because I know we're in Elisa's group, her selling group, and so I have to be respectful of that. So I'm trying to watch my words, y'all. This pest comes in, this pest of a thought. You're like, oh, no, 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 I don't want that. Okay, what do I want? How do I want to think? What do I want to feel? Like when I envision my life, we just have to stop ourselves at times, and we have to disconnect and then reconnect to what we desire, what we love, right? Does that make sense? Inward creates outward energy is important to get it out, but then balancing puts everything into perspective. Yeah, absolutely. And we recognize the fact that we have time, so it is okay to have these thoughts. We have to be forgiving of ourselves and generous with our time and our space, because again, this is our life. Each and every one of us, whatever happens today, we will make it through. This is our life to create with. And so we get to decide, like, you know what? Life is meant to be fun. Life is meant to be lived. And so how do I want to live my life? Ask yourself that. How do you want to live your life? How do you want to experience the world? And think about the version of you that is living the life that you want for yourself and you're creating for yourself. Think about that, and sit with that for quite a while. And how does that person navigate their emotions? How does that person feel? How does that person, that individual, express themselves? What kinds of things do they do? What kinds of thoughts do they take in? What kinds of actions do they take? Right? Think about all of that, and then align yourself with it. Start to do what you can to step into that. Your life is supposed to be fun. Have fun. How can I bring more fun into my current moment? And why is it taking me so long? We recognize, like, oh, it's taking me so long because I'm focused in, I'm tuned in, I'm plugged in to the things that are sort of like expressing what I don't want. I'm plugged into things. I'm giving my awareness, my focus to things that are taking my time away from simply expressing what I really want, what I really love, what I enjoy. So I need to give myself that moment to disconnect from the things that are distractions, and I need to realize, like, it's taking so long because I'm distracting myself, I'm procrastinating. And now that I understand that, I can focus in on the solution, I can focus in on what I love, what I enjoy. And then it's not about being perfect, it's not about having the best thoughts all the time, because I don't think that we can. I don't think we can, because we need a level of chaos. We need a certain amount of friction to oppose certain forces in our lives, so we can have choice, so we can have this rewarding experience, right? And so it's not about controlling our thoughts, it's about navigating them. So when this like this really friction oriented thought comes up, and you're like, ooh, I can play with this, like, I don't necessarily like this, but this friction, right, it's rubbing me the wrong way, and it's helping me to define what I really want in this moment because it's making me feel certain things. Does that make sense? And so, when that thought comes up, I can use it to help perfect what I really want at this moment. Okay. So, yeah, whatever happens today, you will make it through. If you have any questions, any last minute thoughts, please feel free to share, feel free to express. I hope this made sense to you. I hope that you can take it and use it for whatever you need. So, recognize again card 1, my life is supposed to be fun. Why? And we found out why it's taking us so long. Why is it taking me so long? Because we're stepping in our own way. And then it is not about controlling my thoughts. It's about guiding my thoughts. So we recognize that the way to make it through, to have a little fun, to allow a little fun into my life. Whatever happens today, you will make it through. How do we do that? We also need to recognize that, making it through is going to require us to focus on the solution, not on the procrastination. To make it through, let's focus on what we can do, what we have, what we're working with, and make the most of it, right? And then, whatever happens today, you will make it through. It's not about controlling my thoughts. It's about guiding them. And so I recognize when I have some toxic thoughts, I can choose to sit with that and recognize that. And when we are working through those, right, we can choose in those moments to focus on thoughts, guide ourselves to thoughts that are going to feel a little better. Okay. And we just, that's what we can do. Show up for ourselves and work at feeling a little better and, experiencing what we are experiencing, and just being honest with ourselves and know that we get through this. We absolutely will. Yes. Well, hello, Tanya. Good. So this is in honor of Elisa Soul Kisses. She's having her crystal sale right now. I think I can post the group. I'm not sure if I can. We'll see. She's having her crystal sale here. A bonus card. What? Okay, why not? I want to talk a little more, so that's fine. Mitchie Martinez. Let's have a bonus card. That's fine. You asked, and you will. What is it? Ask, and it is given. So why not? Why not? Let's do a bonus card. So. Okay, a bonus card. Ooh, no, right there. We're not doing 3 because I don't think I can talk that long. I mean, I can talk that long. I don't know what's going on out there. Okay, bonus card. When my desires and beliefs are a vibrational match. So that which is like unto itself is drawn. So the vibration of your being must match the vibration of your desire. Another way of saying that is your desires and your beliefs must be a vibrational match in order for you to receive that which you desire. What does that say to you? How does that make you feel? So for our bonus card, it's like, that which is like unto itself is drawn. That which is, that which is, our vibe, we're vibing with. So what are we holding space for? What are we vibing out? What are we feeling? And know that energy is very specific and that energy is creating. And so if we are vibing at, I don't know, y'all, I'm so terrible at this. So let's say a Honda Civic. I have a Honda Civic and I love a Honda Civic and nothing negative about that. But let's say I want a BMW. Let's say I want a BMW, but my vibe, right? My energy, my beliefs, we're vibing at the Honda Civic level. Or space, not even a level. We're vibing there. And yet I'm calling in this BMW, but I'm not doing anything. I'm not thinking differently. I'm not vibing differently to create space for that BMW. And so I'm trying to attract that, but I'm just getting my Honda Civic, which I love, y'all. I've had this forever, and it's good to me. So I love my Honda Civic. But does that make sense? And so, when my desires and beliefs are a vibrational match, I create and I manifest. I make things happen. But we have to understand that it is the vibration. It is our thoughts, our actions, and everything that we are utilizing in our life to match energy. And so when we want to create differently, it is important for us to ask, like, what is the vibration? What is the vibrational energy of what I seek to create, what I seek to manifest, what I seek to pull in, and what is my current vibe? Do they match, or do I need to change actions? Do I need to change thought processes? Do I need to change my setting? Because sometimes that vibrational match has a lot to do with the relationships that we have around us. Because sometimes people around us, they are not in a space where they can move forward with us. We want something better for our lives. We want to grow. We want to experience differently, and we recognize that our emotional attachments to the relationships that we have in this moment, our friendships, they are actually holding us back, because they are friendships that were built on who we used to be, and the friendships are not growing. They are simply rooting us and grounding us in a space that we don't want to live in anymore. Does that make sense? And so it is important to recognize when it is relationships and when we do need to let go of certain relationships or situations, because they are grounding our vibration in a very specific space. They are stuck in the past and they are not wanting to move forward, which is absolutely fine. No judgment, but we have to recognize when we must free ourselves from that, so we can actually move into a space that we're going to get our BMW, or we're going to get our whatever. We have to recognize what our vibe is, what is keeping it where it is, how we participate in that, and then what we can do to just get to where we want to be, right? This helps tremendously. If I want a new home, I got to be in a frequency of a new home, not the vibe of living in a hotel. Yeah, yeah, and it's a weird space to be in, because it's like, well, how do I do that? How do I manifest that way? Everything's energy, everything is energy. And so we might not have everything we need, right? We might not have the finances to do that. But you know what? We have us. We are energy, we are energetic beings, and we can start somewhere. And so we start with our thoughts. Let me think about the house that I want. Who steps into that house? How do I acquire, if I acquire that house, what kind of energy am I in? What kind of thought processes do I have? What kind of emotions do I have in that space? I can start there. I can start thinking that way. I can start feeling that space. And then, again, we've talked about this before recently, when something actionable happens, and I feel it, and I know that is a stepping stone to get to that house, we have to be ready to take action. Does that make sense? So yeah, so it's starting somewhere, starting somewhere, and recognizing everything is a stepping stone. And when we are in alignment and in a vibe match for what we desire, what we love, and what we're calling, and we're ready, we're committed. And when that sort of vibration makes itself known through an opportunity, that's a stepping stone. So it is entirely up to us to take that stepping stone or not. But if we don't take it, we're not moving forward. We're not getting there. But we have to be able to discern if this is the correct stepping stone for us, right? Yeah, it's challenging. And people and this is the thing that I express. Sorry, I'm rambling now, but this is the thing that I express. Everyone is on their own journey. If you don't want to, if we're in a relationship, a friendship, whatever, and I want better for myself, I want more for myself, and you don't want more for yourself, and you don't want to actually move with me, in the sense we're just going in different directions, and that's okay. It's absolutely okay. But you can't come with me. I can't take you with me. I don't know if that sounds harsh. I think it's more respectful to recognize that, because we just can't. Like, our paths are parting, and that's okay. I can't be asked to stay in a space that is not going to help me move forward and help progress me and help me feel better about myself, my life, my situation, and my growth. I can't do that. And I can't ask someone to step I can't say step up, but step into a space that they don't want to be. And so it's just that recognition where, you know what, we're just headed in different spaces, and that's okay. I'm not judging you for not wanting what I want, because you're not me. And so it is okay that you don't choose those things for yourself and you don't want those things for yourself. It's absolutely okay. You have to live your journey, live your path, right? But I have to do the same. So I have to move towards that. So that's our bonus card, when my desires and beliefs are a vibrational match. So it's good to ask ourselves, like, where is my current vibe? Where is the vibe of where I want to be? And what can I do to navigate that, to make those choices to get there? Okay. So I think that is it. Let me see if I missed anything. I don't think I missed anything. But yeah, definitely check out the Healing Crystals and Stones featured sellers group. Definitely, if you enjoyed this experience, keep showing up, keep commenting, sharing. If you want to bless me with something on my Amazon wish list, you're more than welcome to. You don't have to. It's not necessary, but some people like to do that, to give back. That's how I got some of my our cards that we work with, just because there's so many. But yeah, thank you so much for being here with me. Thank you so much for showing up. I really appreciate each and every one of you. And yeah, if you have any questions, anything, you can always message me. Message me on Facebook on my business page, and realize, like, Facebook doesn't tell me that I get messages anymore. So I go like once a week. If not, I try to do it more than that, but like once a week for sure, I check my messages, because I don't know, it doesn't notify me anymore. So thank you so much. I will talk to you all very soon. Have fun, enjoy your solstice, and be blessed.